My next guest created an organization named Family Assistance for Renaissance Men after his own personal circumstances left him wanting to escape the pressures and responsibilities of raising his children. The nonprofit offers services such as counseling, legal assistance, child support help, and relationship building activities. Here is founder Willie Bell, along with two men in the program, Victor Hill and Gregory Hunter Rozier. Welcome to American Black Journal.
Thank you.
Yeah, so a really interesting idea that you sort of reached this crossroads yourself and said, not only am I going to figure out how to get through for me, I'm going to try to help everybody else do it too.
Absolutely. Once you've grown up black, of course, in the hood, and you start realizing there's a better way, there's got to be a better way, you start trying to figure it out what's a better way, right? Yeah. And then after the men upstairs kind of shown me how to get it right, he told me, he said, look, I want you to turn around and help some other brothers out there that need help, like I helped you.
Yeah. Talk about what happened for you personally to bring you to this point.
So I didn't have a father in my life, right? Like many black guys out there don't have fathers. And because if you don't have a father in your life, what happens is, as a man, you're trying to figure it out. You need some sort of male role model to kind of get you on the path of learning how to be a man, right? But society says that, you're supposed to know how to do it automatically, right? And so for me, I didn't have a father, and not having a father meant everything to me.
Yeah, yeah. And so what did you decide or how did you decide that this was the right program or the right idea to try to help other folks?
Well, so I'm the oldest of five, right? And I was on a search to kind of figure it out. And I started looking around and seeing programs like the Partridge Family, Brady Bunch, right? And you want some of that. You want to be like that, but you realize you're different. Your family is different. So at some point in my life, in my 20s, early 20s, I fell on hard times. I lost my job. It was Reaganomics times, and there was no job to be found.
Wow.
So I was one of a few guys who actually was able to reach out and get a job when there was no jobs to be found. That started my faith, and after my faith began, I started applying all the principles. I learned the principles and I started applying the principles. I started writing the principles down, and he told me after that to write this program to help other brothers.
Wow, wow. All right, so Victor and Gregory, tell me what you're getting out of this program.
Well, the counseling was very valuable. That actually helped me get my life back in order because, like Mr. Bell, I went through a hardship where I had lost my job, family had fallen apart, and I needed something to get me back in the right path, and I wasn't able to figure it out. Coming to the program and being able to open up and be honest about the things that I was going through and getting some insight from other gentlemen, older and younger than me, and it helped put things back in perspective for me and able to get my life back in order.
Yeah. Talk about how it's changed your relationship with your children.
Oh, it's actually improved my relationship with my children a lot more because I was able to be honest with myself about the things that, were my fault and things that I could have changed to become a better father, and the things that, I lacked, I was able to learn and, apply that to my kids' lives.
Yeah. Victor?
Absolutely. Similar to him, I was didn't have a job at the time. At the time, I was pursuing an apprenticeship, and so in order to get the apprenticeship or to get the job, I needed to have a driver's license. At that particular time, I did not have a driver's license. The amount that I owed for driver responsibilities was pretty much overwhelming. And so Mr. Bell and his program, they enabled me to find a way to get my driver's license back just in the nick of time in order to get the career that I was after.
Talk about your relationship with your kids.
After the program gave me some tools in order to strengthen my relationship with my children. With my oldest son, that relationship was a little strained. Me not being in his life properly like I felt I should be, it was a little strained. He had some resentment, and everything towards me. So applying some of the principles that Mr. Bell laid out, enabled me to just sit down and actually have that real heart-to-heart talk with my son. And since that time, we've been having these talks. We go out, we spend time together, and it's been wonderful ever since.
Yeah. One of the important ideas here, I think, is the idea that fatherhood is a continuum, right? It's not about this incident or that. And as dads, you always find instances where you feel like you come up short. I don't think there's any father in the world who doesn't ever feel that. Right. But there's always an opportunity the next day, the next hour, to go back and say, well, I can do this better. But I think a lot of folks end up feeling like, I've screwed that up and I can't fix it.
Yeah, and society, again, they expect
reinforces that.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. But there has to be, at some point, we have to start thinking about at some point, you know, when do we give these men a second chance? When do we give these fathers a chance to get it right? When a father or man makes a mistake and he's not there, who's going to help him to steer the course, get back on track, and get this thing right? Yeah. So we have 5 components to the program. Mentoring, as Mr. Rosier just saying about the mentoring program, how it helps untangle the thought process of getting it right. The father-child relationship building program, we have a partnership with Wayne State University School of Social Work, okay, which helps with the reconnection piece and the betterment, the relationships for the fathers and the children. The workforce development skill building program, that helps get them job skills and get them back on the job track.
What you hear around the table here, everyone has had that issue with work, right?
Yes, sir.
Employment. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And so we have a workforce development program. That program helps these fathers to learn a skill: plumbing, electrical, drywall, paint, carpentry. We partner with the Detroit Land Bank Authority, and we take these vacant houses, and we take them from scratch. We, gut them, and from the bottom up, learning the plumbing and all the things they need to learn to refurbish that house, and then they get a chance to live in that house.
To live there, right? Yeah,
yes, sir.
That's great.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's the 5th? Is that?
And so you have the legal component,
right?
And that's what Mr. Hill was talking about, the legal component, which is probably one of the main pieces of the program. They may come to the program looking for help legally because by the time they get behind in child support payments, well, nobody cares. You're behind. Find a way to get off behind. And so we help them with their driver's licenses. We help them get their child support payments back in order. We help them, not go to jail. Right. $35,000 it costs the state
a year for that, right?
Yes, to jail the guys.
All right. Congratulations on the program, and congratulations to you too.
Thank you.
Really great idea.
Thanks for having us.